So I've been working on the custom things, and I put this video on the Discord showing what I have so far. It's some of the animation stuff being synced. But now I'm working on the audio, and I'm running into some issues in terms of the file sizes. Since we're sending all this stuff over the network, I want to make sure the file sizes are very small, no more than 2 megabytes really. And uncompressed audio can be very large. You can see this is 3.57 megabytes, and it's the TF2 dance. When it's compressed into the OGG format, it's 391 kilobytes, and I could get it to 207 kilobytes by lowering the quality quite a bit. This is uncompressed, and the compressed is almost as much as the uncompressed, very low quality, and the compressed is pretty much the same as the uncompressed in terms of quality. So ideally we would want to use the compression. The problem with that is I need a library to use for decoding the compression, and I don't want to use unmanaged library like from C++ or C code, because since these things are being sent over the network, and you can't really trust anything that's being sent to you, when you're dealing with unmanaged stuff, there could be maybe exploits, out of bounds code executions, whatever, and I'm a little bit paranoid to use libraries unless I look over all the code and make sure it's safe. So I was looking at a C# implementation of the Vorbis decoder, which is the OGG file here, and it works. A 3-second long audio took 300 milliseconds to decode, I think, which is pretty slow to be used while in game playing, because I don't want people to be lagging while they're downloading and decompressing someone else's custom things. So that's one problem with using a managed library. The other problem is, at least with this library, is it doesn't seem to, and I could be wrong about this, but it doesn't seem to really check the data that's being passed in. It just kind of blindly uses it. So you can see over here, it's you doing a read bytes, and it's getting how many bytes it should read directly from the data. The problem with that is when you go to the read bytes, it right away creates the array. It locates whatever memory the file said to make. The problem with that is someone malicious could just put the max size of the int here, which is like 2 billion. So that's like 2 gigabytes of memory being allocated. And it does it again here, just kind of blindly. From what I see blindly, I don't think this valid date header is doing any checking for this stuff. So it's just blindly creating the array. And that could be another 2 gigabytes of memory that someone just maliciously put in. So I cannot use this because people are going to be able to make other people crash or lag significantly. So I would have to go through everything, change it. Another problem is that it's allocating all of this data. Now, I already have the custom thing allocating data. It's not, I don't have it reusing anything yet, but I could change it if I see it's a problem. But here it would probably be a lot more work to convert all this stuff to use object pools and things like that. So the other option is, as I said, to just really lower the quality do not compress it, just lower the quality. And I'll give you an example of how that sounds. So this is the uncompressed. This is the, just way too much memory, but uncompressed. And here is the low quality, still uncompressed. So it sounds alright, but when you compress the original, it pretty much sounds the same as the original. So this would be the preferred, but unfortunately for now and possibly for a while, I think I'm just going to go with the lower quality way of doing it, just because it's much simpler until I find or fix a library, a C# library, and see if I could speed it up or something. I'll give you more examples of what the audio, the custom audios would sound like. So this is...
That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about!
So that's the normal. This is what you would have to make it sound like, just to lower the quality, because you can see the original is 240 kilobytes. Lower quality, 13 kilobytes.
That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about!
So it's still alright, but not the best.
All of you are babies! All of you are babies!
So for now, I think we're going to do it like that. And it's not that difficult to do it. You go to Audacity. I have an old Audacity, so it might be a different way in the newer one, but you could just take the original. You would have to make it a mono. So then you change the project rate to 10,000. And when you export the audio, you change it to other uncompressed files, options, wave, and unsigned 8-bit PCM. Okay, and that would be what you would do. And hopefully in the future, we'll be able to actually use some kind of compression. Maybe it won't be OGG, and any decent and fast more so decompressor. It's all right if it takes a while to compress, because we're not going to be compressing. We need to worry about decompressing at runtime in a managed library, because I'm too afraid of using unmanaged stuff. Also, I don't program in unmanaged, so I'm not really familiar with all the possible problems. So we'll see in the future.